In Greek mythology, as one of his 12 labours, Hercules had to slay a Hydra, a serpent which resided in the Lenaean swamp in the centre of the Peloponnesian Peninsula. Classical sources tell us that the Hydra killed men with its breath, and whenever Hercules removed a head, it grew 3 more. Eventually, Hercules managed to kill the Hydra by removing heads and cauterizing the wounds before new heads could grow. When Europe was converted to Christianity, we would expect that this story would fade into obscurity, away from our written record. But the reality is far from this. Over 1,000 years after Hercules' story was first written, 500 years after Christian conversion, and a century after Roman rule in Iberia ended, Isidore of Seville, a Christian scholar, recalled the myth. He was well aware of Hercules' deeds, but he paid particularly close attention to the Hydra. He included it in an extensive list of real animals, saying that it was a serpent, a grouping of his which also included adders, dragons and millipedes. It was a subcategory of dragon, a type of dragon with many heads. This kind of dragon was in the Lenaean swamp in the province of Arcadia. When one head is cut off, 3 more grow back. Aside from the Hydra's numerous heads, and a vague association with water, we are given no other details which differentiate it from the dragon. But Isidore does tell us one further feature of the Hydra. Sed hoc fabulosum est. This is only a story. After telling us about the Hydra and Hercules as though they were real, the myth is dismissed. But more than dismissed, it is dissected. We are told then that the Hydra refers to a place rather than a creature, a place which spewed out floods, devastating a nearby city. When one area which spewed water forth was closed, another simply opened up. Hercules, we're then told, was the man who managed, with perseverance, to close up the path of these floods. With the myth dissected, Isidore then imbues it with new meaning. Like a Hydra in the fables, heresy grows from its own wounds. Only when it is fed to the fire will it perish in a conflagration. Why are we told this? If the Hydra was seen as part of a story or fable, then why did Isidore include it in his extensive categorization of animals, only to dismiss and dissect its very existence? By including it, Isidore shows us how the church converted pagans, not with one singular event, but slowly, over hundreds of years. Isidore was writing about a pagan story hundreds of years after it should have been supplanted by the church. But clearly, it wasn't. His writing was a categorical listing of all animals to which people would refer, whether the animal was real or not. If it was mentioned, it was still useful information for the church to have. Imagine the scenario. A church leader is approached by one of his congregation, who has come to ask about the deeds of Hercules. What were they? How could they be explained next to the deeds of Jesus? The church leader had read Isidore's work before, and they may then refer to Isidore's writing on the Hydra. With Isidore's writing, he may, seemingly with little effort, dismiss and dissect the myth for the congregation member. The Hydra was merely a place, not a beast. Hercules was clearly a brave man, of that there is no doubt, but he just stopped a flood. He is not the Son of God. The church leader could then continue. But, like Hercules with the Hydra, you must cast off your pagan beliefs with the speed of a flame. For the devil mutates and grows, carving at your chance for salvation. The church cannot stop the congregation member from knowing the story of Hercules. Much as they may try, they cannot directly stop them from believing in it. But the church can change its meaning. To be able to dismiss the Herculean myth as an exaggeration of a real event, and then turn it on its head, a church leader is equipped with the tools to turn a belief in on itself, and the belief may slowly fall out of circulation. Does the persistence of this myth reflect pagan survival? For a myth to be told, half a millennium after conversion may lead us to believe so, but really, this shows us why Christianity was so successful. Rather than making people dismiss the whole of their pre-Christian beliefs by force, beliefs were slowly worn away, generation after generation. For much of the medieval period, medieval Christianity was willing to co-opt pagan myths and beliefs, waging a war of attrition. It could slowly wear them down. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can help me out by liking, subscribing and ringing the bell. If you have any questions or thoughts, you can put them in the comments below. On the left, there's a video similar to this one, and on the right is one that YouTube thinks that you would like. I'm currently working on a few larger videos. These will take time, but I'm excited to show them to you when they're finished. Again, thanks for watching.